Good evening. I would like to call the business meeting of the Portland Board of Public Education to order. It is Tuesday, December 5th, 2017, and the Portland Board of Public Education is meeting at City Hall in Council Chambers. May I ask the superintendent to please call the roll?
Yes, Madam Chair. Mr. Balfance?
Here.
Ms. Seeliger?
Here.
Ms. Vendil?
Here.
Ms. Davis?
Here.
Ms. Thompson?
Here.
Ms. Morioni?
Here.
Mr. Atkinson?
Here.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Presente.
Ms. Clater? Here. Ms. Farah?
Here.
Ms. Yuri?
Here.
And Chair Tararo.
Here. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For the report of the chair this evening, I wanted to report that last night was our annual inaugural meeting. And once again, I want to welcome our new members, Tim Atkinson, Mark Balfance, Isabel Clater, and Tiana Yuri, and welcome back Ms. Morioni and Saharla Farah. So this is officially the first meeting of the 2017-2018 Portland Board of Public Education. I also wanted to remind board members that I did send out a survey for you to complete regarding committee preferences, and the deadline for returning that is tomorrow by the close of business. If you could get that back to me, I'd appreciate it. I plan to announce committee assignments at our second board meeting this month, and I'll get that to the student reps as well. And that concludes the report of the chair. We have a report tonight from Deering High School. Ms. Farah.
Hello, everyone. Yes, thank you for another year of having me. First, I'd like to talk about our school's production right now, A Christmas Carol. They've been working on, Deering Drama's been working on it for 4 months and are now entering their second week of shows, which will be a total of 6. Seniors Cameron Wood and Ellis Craig are in the main roles as Dickens and Scrooge. It's a student-directed production by Grace Connolly, stage management by Elizabeth Lentz, costumes by Aiden Fennessy, and makeup by Libby Vale. Our school's GSA has marked down a date for their drag show in April, and I'd like to respectfully acknowledge 2 of our students, Izzy Smith and Alex Fitzgerald, as they helped shape the policy that was voted on in our last meeting. Winter sports have begun, and many of our students have been recognized at different levels of high recognition, which about their athletic success on multiple levels. And lastly, Deering High School is written in Maine Public as a school who is getting more minority students in advanced placement courses by our Challenge by Choice policy, which has helped a lot of students go out of their way and pick rigorous courses they'd like to be a part of. And many of our students were interviewed about the topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Farah. Report of the superintendent.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to start by congratulating you on being elected chair. I've enjoyed working with you this past year and very much look forward to continuing to work in this coming year. I would like to also welcome our 2 new board members, Tim Atkinson and Mark Balfance. It's been a long process getting to today. I'm sure that it feels like you've been doing this work for a long time as you've been a part of our self-assessment over the past few months, but I'm extremely excited that you're formally on the board and very much look forward to working with you. I also want to welcome our student reps, Isabel Clater from Portland High School and Tiana Yuri, who, as many of you know, has served for the past couple of months and is continuing on as Casco Bay's representative. And I'm also thrilled to welcome back Saharla Farah, returning as Deering's representative after being with us all of last year. So welcome back, Saharla, and sort of welcome back, Tiana. Glad to have you. Our student board reps are amazing, as everybody knows, and we sincerely want to find ways to engage them in our district's work in meaningful ways. I want to point out that Tiana and Saharla were not here for inauguration yesterday, and I take responsibility for that. My communication with them about the schedule was not clear, and I want to apologize to them and the board for this. We're working to reschedule a formal swearing in for both of them at the meeting on the 19th. I saw Tiana last night, and she was mortified that she missed it, and so I want to publicly recognize that Tiana is incredibly conscientious and felt incredibly bad, and I just want to make sure that everybody understands that it had absolutely nothing to do with Tiana and everything to do with me, so my apologies to both of you ladies. I also want to inform the board that at this time we don't have a representative from PATHS, as you can see. We had a candidate, and he determined at the last minute that he could not make the time commitment required to do the job. Obviously, we respect this. The job has significant time commitments, and we empower our students to determine what they can and can't fit into their schedules. We'll definitely work with Principal Kevin Stilfen to identify a replacement, as that is an incredibly important role. We recently posted a drone flight over the new Hall School construction site on our Facebook page. If you've not seen it, I recommend that you do. It's not every day that you get to see a drone mapping the site of a project, and that's on our Facebook page. Construction, as you see, is progressing extremely well, and we'll be posting more information on an ongoing basis as we moved into the final stretch of the project. After last week's passage of the transgender and gender-expansive student policy, when I arrived home from the meeting and checked email, I'd received a message from Principal Greg Palmer at Deering, where he shared a proposal that was being advanced by Deering Student Government to create a third gender-neutral graduation gown option for Deering students this year. It's really rare to see a policy impact student voice and direction immediately, but this one has, and so I think I just wanted to highlight that for you. Also, as you heard in Ms. Farah's report, Deering High School's efforts to increase the participation of students of color in advanced placement classes through their Challenge by Choice was highlighted in Maine NPR, and I think it's an incredible tribute to the work that's happening in Deering that has been led by students and teachers and the administration there to really make our equity goal something that is front and center. And we talk about equity in outcomes, but also equity in opportunities, and you can't have equity in outcomes unless you have equity in opportunities. And so this is tremendous work that is happening, and it is, breaking the mold. That doesn't happen in lots of places. I want to remind families of eighth grade students that we are entering the season to make high school decisions. Casco Bay High School will host its open house this Thursday, and Portland and Deering will host their open houses in the near future in January. Last night, we had a central open house with simultaneous translation into all of our major language groups. For the first time ever, we also took that opportunity to begin to share with families about the programming options at our Career and Technical Center paths. I want to thank board members Rodriguez and Vendil for coming out to this event, and I would like to take this opportunity to encourage all of our 8th grade families to take the opportunity to learn about this important choice. All 3 of our high schools are unique, and they're all wonderful options for our students. So it's really important that you become informed and you make the best decision for your students. Last, I wanted to update you on the regionalization effort that I previewed at our last couple of meetings. Last Friday, we, along with our partner districts, South Portland and Westbrook, submitted our Phase 1 application for a regional service center. As you know, there are significant disincentives built into the funding model for not applying. So we will continue to work as a team to determine if there are programmatic benefits to go along with preventing the loss of central administration funding that can result from this effort. A Phase 2 application would be due in mid-April, and obviously we will keep you informed as we do that work, as that would be a critical decision point for the board prior to submitting that Part 2 application. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Moving into report of the secretary, consideration and action to approve the meeting minutes of November 28th, 2017. Is there a motion? Ms. Seeliger, seconded by Ms. Thompson. Are there any questions on the meeting minutes? Seeing none, is there any public comment on the meeting minutes? Seeing none, any discussion on the meeting minutes? Seeing none, I would call for a vote. All those in favor of approving the meeting minutes of November 28th, 2017, please indicate. It's unanimous with the students voting in the affirmative.
Could we just adjust the agenda, because on the motion it says November 14th, when the action is November 28th, so we could just fix that for the copy? Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you. And there are no reports of the committees tonight. Moving into consent items. Would the superintendent please read the items into consent?
Yes, Madam Chair. Reiki Elementary School received 85 backpacks and supplies for incoming kindergarten students from the National Council of Jewish Women of Southern Maine of Falmouth. Portland Arts and Technology High School received a donation toward their landscape program from St. Mary's Garden Club of Falmouth. Ocean Avenue Elementary School received the following donations: 25 backpacks from Sarah Savage of Portland, monthly snack donations for a year from Parish of Trinity Episcopal Church of Portland, school office and cleaning supplies and socks for students from Dr. Catherine Horitz of Portland, and 18 student snack bags from Machias Savings Bank of Portland. Getting better. Peaks Island Elementary School received a donation to pay for the band for their after-school academy fundraiser, Contra Dance, from Kirk Goodhue of Peaks Island. Peaks Island Elementary School also received a donation to pay for the band for their after-school academy fundraiser, Contra Dance, from Jean Hoffman of Peaks Island. So thank you very much to all of those generous contributors to our schools.
Thank you. And there is no old business this evening. Under new business, we have a first read to proceed with design and construction of the 4-school option for improvements to Longfellow, Lyseth, Presumpscot, and Reiki Elementary Schools to be financed by the city through the issuance of bonds in an amount not to exceed $64,620,000 in accordance with City Council Order Number 155-1617, adopted April 24, 2017, and referendum approval by city voters on November 7th, 2017. And where that is a first read, we don't have any comment. We do have personnel items this evening. Consideration and action to approve the personnel items listed. Is there a motion? Ms. Morioni, seconded by Mr. Rodriguez. We have election of probationary teachers, effective 12/11/17. Would the superintendent like to speak to this?
Yes, so this is a vacancy that was created by somebody leaving in the beginning of the school year, and so this is a replacement for that individual, and this is obviously something that was in our budget, and so we ask that you support this hire.
Are there any questions on the motion? Ms. Morioni.
It doesn't indicate which schools she'll be teaching at, but do you know that information?
I know that Deb Mullis is here and she can tell us.
Yeah, it's at Riverton and
Any other questions? Seeing none, there is no public comment where this is a personnel item. Is there any board discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the personnel items listed, please indicate. And it's unanimous with the students voting in the affirmative. There is no board focus on educational issues this evening. We are already at public comment, where it is before the hour of 10 o'clock. We would invite any member of the public who wishes to address us tonight to approach the podium for public comment on any items not listed on this evening's agenda. Seeing none, I will close public comment. And I will note for the viewing public that we do have a workshop immediately following the business meeting. It is the workshop on school construction, and we will be televising this. I talked about it prior. There's a lot of public interest in this issue, so we're going to keep the cameras rolling for the workshop. And with that, I would call for a motion for adjournment. Ms. Davis, seconded by Ms. Vendel. All those in favor of adjourning? It's unanimous, with the students in the affirmative.